Seen Dak Prescott throwing passes on the field. According to Ian Rappaport, Dak is expected to be ready to go for training camp, but the Cowboys won't do anything to put him at risk while on the practice field. So, Shannon, do you believe that Dak will be 100% by week 1?
I do. Dak injured his ankle in week 5. It's almost going to be about 11 months, Skip. That's more than time enough to heal. I believe Dak will be back, and he'll be the Dak that we saw before he got injured. Skip, Dak is not a scrambling quarterback. He's mobile, he can move, but he's not looking to run like Lamar or Kyler Murray. That's not what that's not what he is. He's looking to try to throw the ball down the field. Dak runs if you dare him to run. Even you've called for this, should run Dak, call more design. Yeah, a little bit more design run. But I think Dak should play. That was a freak accident that happened with that freak injury. I don't think it's going to curtail Dak's play or the way he plays in any way. So I expect to see Dak this year the way that I've seen him for the past 5 years, playing football the way he knows how, going out there, being smart, and then throwing the ball and trying to win games.
So as happy as I was to see him throwing in the video we just saw,
right.
He did look a little ginger to me, just a little stiff-legged, like he wasn't cutting completely loose, like his legs were not quite working in sync the way they usually do. But he's coming off not 1 but 2 surgeries on that ankle. He needed a second one just to make sure it was working right. And again, he's been telling people, I could be 120%, like I'll be better than ever. Well, I sure hope so.
May, June, July, they don't have training camp until July, so we got still another 3 months.
Yeah, so they are saying they're going to protect him in camp. I don't know how much I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have a preseason or not. I think we are.
Yeah.
Hope so.
They're saying they want 3 games.
Yeah, okay. So he will play very sparingly, if at all, in the preseason, I suspect. All I care about is game number 1.
Right.
Because obviously they have spent a huge chunk of their salary cap to re-sign him. He got the biggest signing.
They ain't count with $22 million. That ain't no money.
Okay, but that's the first year. Then it goes to like 38 and 44 and, 47, right? Okay, so he got the biggest signing bonus in the history of the National Football League, the most guaranteed money in the history of the National Football League. And obviously, I need him as a huge fan to be able to live up to that. So he's got to be 120% healthy. So I'm hoping against hope that he's going to be right for game 1, because this is serious business that he went through.
NFC Championship game would justify the contract if he gets to the NFC Championship game this year.
Justify the contract?
Yeah.
I need 1 Super Bowl. You mean this year or over the 4?
No, well, obviously you want a Super Bowl. I'm just saying this year. If he gets to the NFC Championship game this year.
I won't specify this year, because then I'll jinx this year. But I will tell you, over 4, I need a Super Bowl championship.
Just one. If you get one,
one in 4 years, absolutely worth every last penny. If he's the reason, which he will have to be, that they go win a Super Bowl, yes, sir. You better believe it.
Well, you know what that means. That's going to happen. So the next contract going to be $50 million a year.
Okay.
You good with that?
He'd be worth it. If he won 1 Super Bowl,
hey,
I remind you, Jerry Jones has 3 Lombardi trophies in his office. The last one was won off the 1995 season.
Yeah, he got those in his first 5 years, though.
Okay.
And he's been owning the team for 30 years.
And since then, he has not even been back to 1 NFC Championship game. So I'm not going to jinx this year by buying into your, is it okay if he gets it? Okay. No, I don't want.
So this year, what's the expectation this year? Win the division, because we already got a bet on that one.
Yeah, well, that's easy. They can win this division by default.
Yeah, hold on. You gave me the field, though. You gave me the rest of the team.
I gave you everybody, and I fear Jalen Hurts the most, but I don't really fear Fitzmagic. I don't.
Oh, you fear Fitzmagic? He already done that to Tom Brady twice.
Okay, but you're betting on Daniel Jones.
I'm betting on. I ain't got to bet on nobody. Yeah. I got the division like you did me. You didn't have to bet on anybody. You was just taking everybody that played Gonzaga until somebody came along and beat them. So I don't have to bet on anybody. I got the field. I got Washington football team, the Giants, or the Eagles, whichever beats the Cowboys.
Okay, but I have Dak Prescott in a division without a credible quarterback yet, until Jalen Hurts turns into that.
Guess what?
But that team is not good enough.
That's what the other team said about the same division. We're in this division with not another credible quarterback. They said that about your team, too.
They're not saying that.
Yeah, they are. You make it seem like you got Aaron Rodgers or Mahomes or Brady.
Well, you don't. I got 2 Pro Bowls. What you got?
Hello.
You got none.
No, we got none. But that guy that went to the Pro Bowl, he retired. He in Indy now.
Yeah.
Oh, walk it to him.
Oh, well,
walk it to him.
Good luck to them.
They gonna win the division. They gonna win the division
Oh,
this year.
do we have one case on that?
We got a case on it.
Okay, thank you.
You do? All right.
See, you made the
I
bet.
walked into it.
Slurping do. Next, did LeBron have a hidden agenda behind signing his newest Laker teammate? We'll get into that. Curious your thoughts, Shannon, next. Deshaun Watson's accusers speak publicly for the first time, and now high-profile sponsors Nike and Beats by Dre have halted their deals with the quarterback. This morning, Mike Freeman, the race and inequality editor of USA Today, asked what it will take for the league to take action and possibly put him on the exempt list now that the sheer volume of lawsuits against Watson has reached 22. So, Shannon, what is your reaction to what Freeman wrote?
The NFL's in a very tough spot, Skip. They don't want to feel like they're overstepping their boundaries, although Article 46 gives Commissioner Goodell the complete authority. He doesn't need a charge. He doesn't need a conviction to intervene and take whatever actions he deems appropriate because of conduct detrimental, what he would deem conduct detrimental to the league. I just think the thing is they're in a this is an ultimate spot. And if you put him on the commissioner's exempt list, it's almost like, yeah, we believe he's guilty. Because everybody that's been on this list, Skip, what they had actually, we saw what Ray Rice, we saw the video. We saw what Adrian Peterson and his child, what was going on in Houston. Rusty Harden also defended him in that case. Greg Hardy. I think those are the only three guys, Skip, I can recall off the top of my head that's been on I didn't even know anything about a commissioner's exempt list until they got placed on it.
And none in the off season, all during season.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead.
Right. And so that's another thing.
Yep.
Basically what you would be saying, and I don't think they have this to worry about, Deshaun, you can't come around the Houston Texans. I'm not so sure Deshaun doesn't want to come around them, and I'm not so sure at this point they want him to come around them. So for me, Skip, I think just just to show the outside world we still have a pulse of this. We're going to place him on the commissioner's exempt list. We're going to gather as much information as we can, and we're going to proceed accordingly. Now, Skip, like I said, they don't need charges. They don't need a conviction because the players have given Commissioner Goodell the authority through Article 46 to take the necessary steps appropriate that he deems. Not what they think, man, that ain't right, man, that's some bull jive. I ain't even got charged. You don't need to. He says this is what, because when if I'm not mistaken, Skip, he suspended Ben Roethlisberger, and there were no charges.
No charges.
He said
6 games, no charges.
He said the look that this is for the league and the expectations that we have as a league and the fans have, you've underperformed. So I believe that is the next step. The volume of women, Skip, one or two, even though one or two should be heard, but because of the sheer volume, I think it's too much. I think it's too many now for the NFL to pretend as if they don't hear it, they don't know it. They knew it if it was one or two, but I think what they should do now is just go ahead and place him on this list. It is the off season. That means he's not going to be able to come around the team. He can have no contact with the team. It's not like they were in contact anyway, Skip. But I think this is the thing for the NFL to show, okay, we're taking these allegations serious. We're taking these women serious, and this is the steps that we've deemed that are appropriate at this time.
Okay. First, I will comment on Mr. Mike Freeman, who is the race and inequality editor for USA Today Sports. He's a prominent black voice in sports media.
Yes.
For whom I have respect. He wrote a scathing piece about the NFL's inactivity, and I agree with all the points he made because they are irrefutable.
Right.
Scathing but irrefutable. I don't agree with his conclusion. He concludes that the inaction makes it seem like the NFL doesn't care, like it's waiting for the whole thing to blow over. No, that's not happening.
No.
Reportedly, the NFL is going about interviewing all of the 22 women who filed suits, and I'm assuming the one woman who went straight to the police. There was the woman who spoke only to Sports Illustrated. I'm sure they are doing their due diligence because they have to.
Right.
They learned a painful lesson over the Ray Rice, the way they handled that. And they're all over this. But it's a tricky situation right now because you have to try to get to the bottom of it before you take the action. And then the next thing is what action do you want them to take other than the exempt list, which has never been used in the offseason?
Right.
We have both agreed for weeks now. Looks like you need to go ahead and put him on ice, so to speak. Put him on the exempt list and see how this thing continues to play out.
Right.
But when we're talking about, his initial question is how many women accusers does it take before you do act against Deshaun Watson? Well, I'm with you because he starts asking, was it 5? Will we pass that? Is it 10? Whoops. 15?